As a man, have you experienced being stereotyped by women in our society and culture? We're going to discuss 5 specific damaging stereotypes of men that are propagated and promoted by many women in our society and culture today. And we're going to discuss specifically how these 5 damaging stereotypes are purposely to denigrate men, to portray us as less valuable than women and actually inferior to many women. So, welcome back to Resilient Man channel. If you would, please support the channel by liking and subscribing, sharing it with other guys. Comment your thoughts below as we go through these 5 damaging stereotypes and the counterpoints that I made. Always love to read the comments and get your take on the topic at hand. So let's jump into these 5 damaging stereotypes of men that we experience in our society. So the first one, stereotype number 1, you probably can guess what it is. Men are just after sex. That's all we want. We just want sex. And the stereotype by a lot of women is we are just animalistic and it's only about conquering a woman and satisfying our selfish sexual desires, and then we move on. And now, this may be true for some men, just like it is true for some women. But the majority of men, this is not the way that we operate. Actually, the majority of men want to intimately know their woman and show affection and love with their specific woman through sex, through intimacy. Look, most men do love sex. That is a fact. But so do most women. And so the stereotype of men are just after sex is a very denigrating stereotype to men because it portrays us as animalistic, that we have there's no substance to us. We're just, once we do the deed, there's nothing, there's no other substance or depth to us as human beings, and nothing could be further from the truth. The interesting thing at this time in our society and culture is we do see a lot of women who, there's rampant promiscuity and by women, and it's actually celebrated by them. I mean, their sexual body count continues to rise and rise, pardon the pun. And not only are they doing it, but they're proud of it and they're celebrating it. Excuse me. And, just like it wouldn't be fair to stereotype those women as all women who are promiscuous and because that would denigrate them. And so stereotype number 1, men are just after sex. It's a damaging stereotype and it denigrates us as men. Stereotype number 2, and this is one of my favorites, if you will, and that is men are idiots. Men are idiots. We're complete bumbling imbeciles. And look, if you have watched TV, seen commercials, watched TV shows, sitcoms, watched movies over the last 25, 30 years especially, but really going back even further, the character of the bumbling guy, the idiot, became the norm. This imbecile man, and he is portrayed as he's just stumbling and bumbling through life. And okay, some of these characters were funny and are funny, but the problem is this became the perception of men. and it undermines men's contribution to society and everything that we bring and do for and in our society. And it's been purposely done. It's purposely done to denigrate men. If you've watched these sitcoms, these movies, what have you, these commercials, the woman, the wife, the mother, she is portrayed as brilliant. She's stunning. She's intelligent. She's the one who figures it out. And she's the one who keeps her bumbling imbecile of a man, her man boy, from ruining the family or burning down the house or whatever the situation might be in the sitcom or movie, and it's complete nonsense. And this portrayal of men as idiots has been purposely done to denigrate our value and our worth in our society. It's very damaging. Stereotype number 3. You fathers will appreciate this one. In parenting, men need to be trained by women, as if women naturally know how to parent more than men. Women are the nurturers. That's true. Men can be nurturers as well, and many times we are nurturers. But the stereotypical male, going back to movies and sitcoms and things of that nature, is the father who, the dad is consistently portrayed as very uncomfortable and completely lost as a parent. He's freaked out, and he doesn't, and the woman, she's calm and she's cool and she's collected. And the man, the father, has consistently been portrayed as basically another kid for the mother to train. She doesn't have just the actual children. She's got her husband, who's a child as well, and she's got to put up with that. And it is a stereotype that is complete nonsense. There's many of you guys out there watching this right now who are fathers and you're very involved in the raising and the taking care of your children. You change the diapers, you do the feedings, you get up in the middle of the night, you take them to the playground, you drive them to school, you do all those things. You're just as much a parent as the mother is. But the stereotype, and that's why the stereotype is so damaging to men. I did a video recently on Resilient Man channel called Women Are Sexist. And this is one of the points that I make, is how many women see the man as really a second-class parent. Take for example, if the woman is home with the children, she's parenting. If the man, the father, is home with the children, he's babysitting, which is complete nonsense. He's parenting, he's doing all the things that a woman would do as well. And so the stereotype of the woman, the mother, is the parent, and the father is just some uncomfortable, bumbling, guy who's scared to death of his children and having to watch them, is complete nonsense. It's very denigrating to us as men, and it's very damaging from a societal perspective. Stereotype number 4. Men are uncomfortable with intimacy and vulnerability. Now, this is one that you hear a lot from women. Men don't share, men won't be vulnerable, they won't, be intimate from an emotional perspective. Now, to some degree, maybe they're correct. But the argument that I would put forward is a lot of men, specifically in today's society, feel they cannot trust women. They cannot trust women to be emotionally intimate with them and vulnerable with them because of what they've experienced. How many times have you as a man shared intimate details with your woman only to be mocked, only to have it thrown in your face at the next argument, only to be made fun of, or maybe it was brought up in front of friends and or family and you were humiliated. And so you learn the hard way. I'm not going to open up. I'm not going to be vulnerable and emotionally intimate because the risk is too great and it's going to be used against me or thrown in my face or worse, mocked and made fun of. So to some degree, this stereotype wouldn't be a stereotype because men want to be emotionally intimate and vulnerable with their woman. They want to have that bond where they can share this and feel safe to do it. But unfortunately, in many cases, that's not the case. Stereotype number 5. Men are aggressive and we are prone to violence. You hear this one all the time. Many, many women thoroughly believe this. This is ingrained in women. I did a video recently on Resilient Man channel called Women's Fears and how they negatively affect you as a man if you're involved with her. Go check out the video Women's Fears here on Resilient Man. This is one of the points that I make, the fears strong. Women are afraid of men. And the reason for it is because of this stereotype. We're all aggressive. We're all violent. We are prone to violence. And at any moment, we could explode. And women truly believe this. They truly believe this when really it's not the case for many men. Yes, there are some men who are, and they are dealt with by the legal system. But the fact of the matter is, in our society right now, there's actually a big problem with domestic violence against men by their women in their lives. It's a significant problem that a lot of women and the authorities in our society want to ignore. They want to sweep it under the rug, or worse, they mock these men. They make fun of these men when this is a legitimate concern that some men are dealing with from the women in their lives as well. But the way to stereotype men, all men in general, we're all aggressive, we're all prone to violence at any moment, really denigrates us and really damages us because it puts us in a lose-lose situation that, God forbid, if we get angry about something, if we raise our voice like is normal any human being does, it's immediately held against us as we're out of control, which is complete nonsense. And it's just simply a stereotype that really it hurts both the men and the women because, to be seen that way is just a terrible thing. So, guys, those are I would say, the top 5 damaging stereotypes that a lot of women believe, promote, and that we see in our society, in our culture, and in our movies and our sitcoms and things like that. And these sweeping statements, these stereotypes, they have a tendency to make a lot of men feel that there's something wrong with them just because they're male. And nothing could be further from the truth. You as a man, you do not deserve to have these stereotypes you portrayed in this way. And there's many more stereotypes. These were just the top 5. But you, as a man, you don't deserve this. And it's really has hurt men in our society, specifically with how people see us, our value and our worth, and just simply as human beings. It would not be fair to stereotype women because that denigrates them, and it makes them, their value, seem less than it actually is. Well, it's the same case for men as well. So, men, let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Please like and subscribe. Support the channel. Share it with your brothers out there. Stay resilient, guys. These stereotypes are can really bring you down sometimes, but you have to push through and know that that's not who you are as a man. And the women in our lives also need to step up and stop promoting and propagating these stereotypes as well. But if you're enjoying Resilient Man channel content, check out the other content on here. We got a lot of great content I think you'll enjoy as a man, as a father, as a husband. Focus on you. Focus on being the best version of yourself, and that's going to bring you the most happiness. And know your worth. Protect your peace.